Would you date a trans woman, Z?
No. What a way to start.
Why not?
I am of the mind that if there is a dick, I don't think I would want to date that person.
Okay.
Because, I mean, sex is a pretty important part of a relationship.
Sure.
And I could not handle that.
What if they got bottom surgery?
Is that a thing yet? So, no.
Z, before we go any further, how much of the trans conversation and of trans people are you aware of?
Not very much. All I'm aware of is that I got a buddy that's dating a trans guy.
So he's gay?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying this because you asking if bottom surgery is a thing is very telling on your understanding. Like, I'm not trying to call you out.
I'm not going to say I understand it. I really don't.
No. I'm not calling you out, but that's why I paused, because that was a stupid fucking question.
I'm sorry.
Your
very up with the lore, so.
Of trans women is from like 2000s parody movies. That's I'm not trying to call you out, I swear to God. But
I'm just gonna say, I mean, it's never really been a thing that affects me for me to learn enough of.
Yeah.
I understand that you know when you're trans, you're not that gender that you were born with. You are who you are. But past that, it doesn't really matter to me.
Oh yeah, no, I know you're completely like trans affirming is the word they love to use. Like, you don't really give a fuck. You think trans people should exist and are valid, but clearly you just haven't dipped your toe into the trans talk.
I really haven't.
So let's say there is someone who is very feminine presenting, like looks like a lady, has all the surgeries, and then you find out they're trans. Would you be able to date them? It's a serious question. I'm not trying to do it like I got you.
No, you're cool. All honesty, probably not, to be honest.
Why is that?
I just don't think it'd be in me to be able to date a trans person.
So you couldn't.
It's not a preference of mine. What?
So you couldn't put it in them?
No, not really. It's not my preference. Just not what I want.
You're a transphobic bastard.
Oh, okay.
You hateful fuck. You bigot.
Oh.
No,
well, at least I'm not a cis white male.
Fuck! No. I asked this because, or pause, rewind.
Yeah.
I would not be able to date a trans woman. And I couldn't get over the fact that there used to be a penis right there. I couldn't do it. I wish nothing but peace, love, and happiness for that trans person. Absolutely. But A, I'm married, so I'm off the market.
Yeah.
B, I couldn't do it. Peace, love, and happiness. I couldn't do it. I asked this question because at work, there's this little Nigerian kid who comes up to me all the time, and he's like, yo, what's going on? Yada, yada, yada. His family immigrated from there a little bit ago. And he was like, hey, how's your night going? Dap me up. And I scanned my item, put it in the tote, and I went, would you ever date a trans woman? And I didn't say hi. I didn't say what's good. I just said that. And he went,
what a lead into a conversation. Yeah, I feel him.
And he said, no, hell no. I was like, why not? And he said, I should have the only dick. And I did the same thing. I was like, what about if they have bottom surgery? And he was like, nah. And I was like, you said the penis was the only thing that mattered. And he was like, no. I was like, God damn. It's just a question, man.
For me especially, it's like, I know in the past there definitely used to be a dick there, even if there isn't now, and it's just something I couldn't bring myself to get over.
No.
Peace, love, and
I'm,
happiness, as you said, but I couldn't.
no, couldn't get over. That same dude, by the way, doesn't know how life works.
What do you mean?
I think he's still like a 19-year-old kid who lives with his parents, which when I heard is a little wild to me because here immigrant parents are fucking tough. They're rough.
They are
parents.
for the most part, yeah. From what I hear, especially.
But the reason I say that is, the lady doesn't have her driver's license, and she doesn't have a car, right? Yeah. And he tells me all the time about how he takes VTO, and I already told you I was trying to start that little revolution. He's the one that called me crazy for it. I can't put my elbow there. I'll knock off my light. But he called me crazy for it, and he was like, "You taking any VTO? Or you getting off early?" I said, "I can't, gotta save the time so I could take my lady to work." And he went, "She still doesn't know how to drive?" I was like, "She knows how to drive. We just don't have a car." And he went, "Go buy a car." And I looked him in the face. I was like, "Do you know how much a car costs?" And he looked at me. Dude, emotion flushed from his face, and he went, "No." I was like, "Why the fuck you chatting, brother? Why you chatting?"
There's your sign.
Oh my god, dude! Like he's cool people. Talk to him every now and then. It's very hard to understand him with that thick Nigerian accent, but doesn't know how the world works.
When you brought up the accent, that reminded me of something that happened at work, and I feel bad for it because I couldn't understand the dude. It was a French guy came up to me and he was asking me where the fans were, except for it sounded like he said "fun," and I was like,
"Fun at?"
That's what I thought he asked, and I was like, "Fun?" He was like, "Yeah," and I was like happy fun? He's like, no, like the air condition. I was like, "Oh, fan." He's like, "Yeah, I'm French. I'm sorry about." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I couldn't."
You should have just gotten up and been like, "It's over here." Huh? Come on,
let's dance.
Let's dance.
I was like, "Oh, he said fan. They're up there," and I was like, "I'm so sorry."
The dance I just did reminded me. Were you ever a big Angry Joe show guy?
Big Angry Joe? No, I don't think I was.
Okay. I watched him for a little bit, and he did a review on Metal Gear Survive, where the Metal Gear series took a turn to like a survival kind of game, and it sucked. Everybody hated it. But there's a crystal there called a Cuban crystal that said it holds Cuban energy. And they like zoomed in on, they were like, "The hell is Cuban energy?" And they zoomed into it, and it was him in a red and white suit. And he was like, "You looking for the Cuban energy? It's over here. Come on. We party."
That gets my Cuban energy right there.
No, the French accent being hard to understand, I get. I've been watching, I told you I binged The Boys recently. Like I got really hooked into it now. Which is weird because everybody was talking up the previous 3 seasons and I still just didn't watch it. And now that everybody is shitting on the 4th season, I'm like, I should watch it.
I don't know anybody that's shitting on the 4th season.
Dude, there's so many videos out right now about how The Boys betrayed their fans, about how it's going too hard into making fun of conservatives. It's... A lot of people are talking about that Huey scene, apparently, where it spends a good amount of time of him getting not so consensually,
Yeah, I remember that scene.
And apparently the creator said that was the funniest episode he ever made. And I was like, oh.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious, but oh my gosh, was it painful to watch. It was bad.
Anyways, I've been watching The Boys. The first 3 seasons, ranked in my opinion, is season like 1, 3, and 2.
That's fair.
But Frenchie is fucking hilarious. But there's several times where I have to rewind be like, what the fuck did he just say? But I swear to God, I don't know how many times I've just been sitting in my room and just say, he's trying to get in my ass.
So me and my roommates watch that together whenever the episodes release. And we actually watch it with subtitles on. They just prefer it that way. So it's a lot easier to understand when I can read along with it most of the time. And sometimes I just take a lot of jokes. It's like, oh, he said
talked about how stupid you have to be to believe Homelander is the good guy.
Yeah.
And through the first 3 seasons, I'm telling you right now, I could see why conservatives would think he's the good guy. The reason I say that is because he is a hyped up version of what they believe. So if you just ignore a lot of what he does and just say, oh, it's a few bad apples, they'll be like, yeah, no, he's doing his thing. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
I don't see how people could be like they betrayed the fans, because they very obviously led up to the things happening in season 4.
Well, I still have not watched season 4.
I'm not going to like spoil it for you or anybody else listening, but it obviously it's not a surprise, is what I'm saying.
Right.
So it's just, I don't see where people could be coming from. In all honesty, just.
And also watching it now, I always heard that like, oh, The Boys was fun. Like a lot of conservatives who think they're going too heavy on making fun of them in season 4. A lot of them say like, well, it made fun of both sides. And after watching those 3 seasons, no, it didn't.
No,
it didn't.
No.
The jokes that came the jokes about Blue that were in the show were coming from Red characters. Characters that were supposed to be representations of Red.
Yeah.
And it was just their perspective on what Blue is. It wasn't making fun of Blue. It was making fun of Red using jokes that Red uses against Blue.
Yeah.
So this whole like they made fun of both sides. No, they didn't. They don't like, well, I shouldn't say they don't like you. They make fun of you.
It's a very extremist view of the world, especially if there were superpowers. Like, you ever see I can't remember the name of this show.
Watchmen?
But it's like Superman but bad guy.
There's thousands of those.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. It's a newer show. I say newer.
So you have Brightburn.
Mm-hmm.
You have Watchmen. Watchmen was a very realistic view on superheroes.
Yeah.
Are you just saying evil Superman?
Like, this show that I'm thinking of has the dad who is an alien who is just going to try and take over Earth because he wanted to. And then he had his son who he was trying to teach that he was a higher being than everybody else.
Right.
And he could do whatever he wanted. That's basically what I'm thinking of.
Okay. Well, I've never seen that show.
Yeah, I haven't really watched much of it either. My roommate watches it. It's an interesting show, I'll give it that, but it's just like a very extremist view on all superheroes and things they could do, just like The Boys is. And I don't see how people could think there's any good side to especially how they're portraying the Red, because you know who the Red is. And it's just, I don't see it. I don't see how people could be like, oh, he was a good guy.
The most fascinating superhero stories come in terms of like X-Men. And I think we've talked about this before. And the reason I gave was because sometimes it's just a mutation. And sometimes that mutation just fucking blows. And it's pretty much the same thing in like The Boys. The Boys, you could get one of the S tier superpowers, or you can just get fucking claws in your wrists.
Yeah. I could say, how far have you gotten into The Boys?
I just finished season 3.
Just finished season 3? Okay. So you're not too far behind then.
No,
I mean, there's only 7 episodes out in season 4, so.
I watched season 1 2 weeks ago, and then I watched season 2 and 3 last week. I shouldn't have, because they are hour-long episodes.
Yeah.
That 16 hours of laying in front of the TV last week, no, don't do that.
Not a good thing, I guess.
Not a good way to spend my time, especially when I'm trying to build shit. But I did it.
I mean, hey, I do that on my days off.
I will say I was heavily disappointed because I watched The Boys because I was like, Jensen Ackles is Soldier Boy, and I really, really want to watch him as Soldier Boy. And then you get 3 episodes of him actually being in the show. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's still great, but I was expecting him to come in like episode 2 or 3, but he gets referenced in episode 2, and then some flashbacks in episodes 3 and 4, and then they finally go to Russia to get him in episode 5, I believe.
Yeah, the Soldier Boy's arc wasn't too long, but I can say like the quality of the show really kind of drops in season 4. It's like it's still fun to watch, but there's definitely like a lot of tropes that you think would happen that do happen. And since it's an hour long, they seem really fast.
Yeah.
So it's just it's like, I bet this is going to happen after seeing this happen. And what do you know, 40 minutes later, the exact same thing that you called was going to happen happened.
Well, we'll say, have you, like, watching the show, have you picked, like, oh, this is the good guy in the series?
Yes and no.
Explain.
So, you know, Butcher, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? Is he the good guy or the bad guy?
I think he is the epitome of an anti-hero.
Yeah. Take that to an extreme, and then you're just like, I don't know if this dude is good or if he's like fucking dick.
I think how they portray Billy Butcher is the reason, as I told you, why a lot of people who agree with Homelander think Homelander is supposed to be the good guy in the show. Because Butcher, while being, you know, his wife was killed by Homelander.
Yeah.
He's not, when you follow him and you hear him talk and you see the way he carries himself and treats everybody, you're like, this guy's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
I think if there was a good guy, it would be Huey. Huey makes mistakes, of course, lies to everybody, and takes that fucking superpower shit, that not Compound V, the temporary one that they come up with in season 3.
It's just V.
It's just V? 10th V, maybe?
No, it's just V. It's just the fact that they weren't injected when they were kids, that he doesn't keep it.
But like his big flaw is just lying to the people he cares about.
It's try not to spoil season 4 for you here.
Again, I've like you said, I've only watched the season 3.
Yeah.
So until the start of season 4.
I'm trying to think of what I can tell you without spoiling it. Sorry for anybody that hasn't seen those. If you hadn't seen it by now, just fucking watch the show. But
even if we spoil it, I knew half the shit that was going to happen, and most of the people that were going to die in the first 3 seasons. I still enjoyed my watch.
Yeah. So they definitely portray Huey as like the good kid, but man, do they play on his like childishness. I guess his like him being sheltered as a kid, pretty much.
Yeah.
And now he's like everybody that he's with has experienced some type of shit somehow, some way. And he's just like the one guy that's like, I don't have a mom. That's it. My girlfriend died.
Say, it pissed me off at the end of season 3 that Queen Maeve was still alive. And it's not like I hated Queen Maeve as a character. I didn't. Quite the opposite. I thought she was very intriguing as a character.
Yeah.
But when they showed her walking out of the door in the apartment with just like her arm in a sling and her face busted up a little bit, I was like, why? Like, you can kill some of the characters that are supposed to be on the better side of the spectrum. Like,
Yeah.
have the balls to do it.
I can tell they did some shit that I found hilarious in season 4. So Black Noir dies in season 3, right?
Yeah.
How did he die again? Because it was super mundane.
So Black Noir was
Peanut
on...
allergy.
Huh?
Peanut allergy.
No. They brought up that when he was about to kill Starlight, Queen Maeve saved her by taking his mask off and shoving an almond joy down his throat. Which, by the way, we didn't even touch on, dude. The sponsored shit, it's so fucking obvious, and they try to joke about it, and it doesn't work. It just... You want a fresco? Like, what? Is that almond joy? Oh my god, I'm giving him an almond joy. I'm like, okay, dude.
It's fucking hilarious, dude.
But no,
I love that show.
Black Noir came back and kidnapped Queen Maeve and put her in that cell. And then when Soldier Boy turned up, Homelander knew Black Noir was on the original team.
Yeah.
And then Homelander found out that he was Soldier Boy's kid. So he went up to Black Noir and said, "Did you know this?" Black Noir said, "Yeah."
Yeah.
And then Homelander punched him through the stomach.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, no, there's some stupid shit that goes on, and me and my roommates were just like, I can't really give it away, but we're like, that's super weird for this guy. And they very obviously changed actors right here.
Really? Like a stunt double or just changed actors?
No, they changed actors. They had to have.
I will say, what is his name? Who's the dude who plays Homelander? I want to say Anthony Starr, but I don't think that's his name.
I don't remember his name.
He is so fucking good. Like, every time I watch a Homelander scene, I'm feeling exactly what they want me to feel. Whether that's being uncomfortable, whether that's being tense, angry.
Yeah, it's Anthony Starr, by the way.
Dude, he is so fucking good.
The acting for Homelander is fantastic. Like, I genuinely think that dude's a piece of shit. Like,
dude, and did you see, he doesn't help himself because apparently the cast got asked who is the most like their character, and they all said he is like Homelander. And
that's now an insult.
Yeah, no, now the fan base is like, And apparently on his Instagram, he liked a comment, and this is a complete stretch, but you know how the fucking internet is, and it's funny to bring up. He either saw a post or reposted a picture of a black girl doing a Starlight cosplay. Mm-hmm. And someone commented Black Light or Star Black or something or Star Night, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
And Anthony Starr liked that. While liking 1,000 other comments, but everybody oh, he's a racist. Oh, he doesn't like black people. And everybody are bringing up that he was voted most likely to be their character. And they're like, oh, he's a bad guy. It's like, you're stretching.
You're stretching. I mean, it could have just liked it because it was a funny comment, but,
It could just be a funny little joke. Oh, and they hate Frenchie now. Now they hate the dude who plays Frenchie.
I could see why.
Why? What do you think?
I can't tell you why without spoiling season 4.
Okay.
Or at least parts of it.
They don't hate Frenchie as the character. They hate the guy who plays Frenchie.
Why?
Because he was a sergeant for the IDF.
I don't know what the IDF is.
The Israeli army.
Oh.
Because he's from Israel. And in Israel, if you're born there, you have to serve in the military for at least 2 years.
Yeah.
So he served in the military for 2 years, got high up there, and shows his support for Israel in this Israel-Palestine shit. So people are like, oh, he's Zionist. He's Zionist. We hate him. I have not. I'm telling you right now, the whole Israel-Palestine conflict, and this is going to turn into a bit of a little fucking thing, because I have not looked that deep into it. I have seen Israel gunning down a line of Palestinians just getting food. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I know that shit is happening.
Yeah.
I also know Hamas is pretty fucked up. It's okay to say that. It's okay to say that. It's okay to have the belief that Israel, with this little terrorist organization, fucking wiping an entire community off the face of the planet because of their actions, is insane.
It's wrong. Yeah.
But listen, I have not dipped my toe in it enough to have a strong opinion on who's right, who's wrong, who's a Zionist, who's not. I just haven't. And that's okay. I, just like you, don't need to have an opinion on every fucking issue in the world. I get it. It's important to you. It means a lot. Bad shit's happening. I get it. Everybody's different. Everybody prioritizes and cares about stuff more. That's a tough pill to swallow. That's what it is.
I think anybody I've known that has shown specific support was in favor of Palestine, I believe.
Most people I see are in favor of Palestine.
I'm trying to remember if that's actually their stance. But they have more ties to that issue based off of their just religious beliefs than just general I'm outside looking in moral standpoint bullshit. So I don't really, I mean, I've been told about it. I've been talked at about it because I can't say I was listening most of the time because it's honestly, I'm not a part of this situation. I get being a bystander is just as bad, you know, stand up for bullying or whatever, but I don't know what's happening. I don't have enough of a care about it to research it because what am I going to do to change? What could I possibly do to change anything that's happening?
Especially being that we live in a country that supports Israel. It's like, yeah, me having knowledge on it and then talking to my 3 friends and 5,000 followers on TikTok. The fuck. But that leads into, because people will denounce their support of a celebrity just because they're not speaking out about Palestine or Israel or the gay community or the black community or whatever. Any issue that they deem important, if their favorite celebrity, like that's a fucking healthy thing to do, is to worship a celebrity to the point where you give a fuck about what they believe. Pushing that back right now. Yeah. I swear to fucking God, if I see another person, how dare they not use their platform to talk about the issue I care about? Hey, how fucking entitled do you have to be to think you can tell someone what to do with their platform?
My real issue with that whole situation is the fact that if their followers care enough to denounce them, they already know about what's happening. So what is that same person who is talking to this exact specific group of people going to say to change what they think? What is that going to do? I mean, like you said, we live in a country that supports Israel. They make the decisions. They're stuck in their mindset, considering they've made their point known of who they support. What can speaking up about it do? Get more people mad at those people? What? It's going to... If I'm angry enough at you, if I yell enough at you, you're going to change your mind. That's not how that works.
No.
So,
and especially when it's like yelling at a celebrity, whether it's Instagram comments, Twitter, or being a fucking weirdo and shoving a phone in their face when you meet them and demanding that they tell you what they believe in. As soon as they open up about how they don't believe what you do in that situation, then they're a bad person. How dare they speak? Fuck you. Fuck
you. Want their opinion so bad and then you shit on them because it's their opinion. Because that's what will end up happening.
Bringing awareness to situations is important. And I realize that. But thinking that you can tell someone what to do with their platform is insane. It's an unhealthy level of celebrity obsession.
Yep.
And my favorite musical artist since I was in high school is named Scarlord. Okay?
Yeah.
Have you listened to some of his music?
I've listened to a little bit.
I don't.
A long time ago.
I know he's from Britain, and I know he's dating someone. Outside of that, release music when he does a U.S. tour, I'll try to get some tickets. I'm not sitting here like, what does Scarlord think about the gay community? I gotta go to fucking work.
It's a like separate the art from the artist kind of deal. Because I mean, what does it matter to you about what they think? Do you still like their music or not?
I will say, a little bit of devil's advocate right here. No, actually, because I listened to some people growing up that I don't listen to anymore, and that have kind of pushed me away because of what they talk about, what they believe in. Kid Rock, Ryan Upchurch, Jelly Roll's been acting a little fucking weird the past couple months. But the reason I like paused on that is all three of those guys, I enjoyed the music growing up, but now I'm like, Kid Rock and Ryan Upchurch, their music is just ass.
So like, that's a completely different thing.
No. This is what I'm saying. This is why I paused my devil's advocate, was because their music is ass. Jelly Roll only listen to rarely now, right?
Yeah.
And there's actually a conversation that has a Jelly Roll song in it that we can get into so we can get off this topic.
Yeah.
But like the only time I will do the whole separating the art from the artist, I totally get if you listen to music and then you find out, oh, this person fucking hates gay people. I can't see your music the same. I just can't. Right? I get that. What I am just saying, don't fucking push people to spew their beliefs. You don't know what their beliefs are. You aren't entitled to hear them, and you can't fucking tell them. You're not their PR team. You're not their manager. You're not their label. You're not their fucking mama. None of those people. You are a fucking number to them. You are $20 to their concert. That's what you are.
And chances are you're not prepared for their actual opinion.
Probably not. But let's switch gears.
Yeah,
unless you got one more thing to add.
No, I was just going to say, like, I understand the fact that, like, you used to listen to them a lot when you were younger and not so much now because their music, they've changed their music to a degree that you don't enjoy it as much anymore, and it's understandable. I mean, of all people, like Drake, his old music was pretty good. New music, not so much.
Let's just make this a music episode, I guess. And I'm going to tell you right now, have you ever listened to Kid Rock or Ryan Upchurch?
I've listened to Ryan Upchurch a little bit more recently.
I guess
not as more as in, yeah, it's everywhere, which is why I've heard it so many times. There was that one song that made it kind of viral. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm pretty sure it was Ryan Upchurch. Not off the top of my head.
Okay, for those of you who don't know who Ryan Upchurch is, he made his name in country rap. Basically, what the basic rap shit is, except instead of hood stereotypes, it's redneck stereotypes.
Yeah.
Kid Rock, I think everybody's heard one Kid Rock song. At least. Whether that's fucking, I want to be a cowboy, baby. That shit.
Yeah.
No, I say their music's ass because now I will go back and listen to it and I go, why the fuck did I like this? What the fuck was I pumping my ears full of?
I feel like that ties into like the same thing when you watch like kid shows and then suddenly those are not enjoyable to you anymore when you watch those same shows back.
You grow up.
Yeah.
You get more intelligent.
You learn more, you see more, you have more to base your opinion off of.
I'll go back and watch regular show and have a good time.
I could do that with regular show or Adventure Time. Especially.
Adventure Time? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm watching the original X-Men cartoon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the Jelly Roll thing. Or hold on, there was something you said that I wanted to talk about. Circling the wagons. Ass music. We did the separating the art from the artist.
Ass music.
Oh, okay. Did you hear the recent Eminem album?
No.
Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Have you ever listened to Eminem?
Yes.
Do you like his older stuff?
Yes.
I think his older stuff now, it's rare that I'll listen to one and not go, oh my God, you're trying so hard to be edgy.
So, before you continue here, I like Eminem's older music when he's not trying to break records.
What is that?
Because there's like, so you know Eminem is like known for like rap god, like
yeah,
rapping fast.
I'm beginning to feel like I rap God.
Yeah. Well, like there was a song, me and my roommate were actually talking about this while we were taking a drive down to Murfreesboro for something. And as we were talking about it, one of his songs came on and you could hear like, rap back to the back guy, to the back guy, to the back guy. And I'm just like, what? What?
Huh? Excuse me?
Yeah. So listen, like there's songs that are good and there's songs that I listen back to now and just like, what?
There is not a single song since Recovery or Relapse. There might be one song, one or two songs since was it Recovery or Relapse? Which one was first?
I believe Relapse would be first. I know Recovery was like my favorite album of his for a hot minute.
Okay. But since those albums, Beautiful from the Relapse album, and the song he did with Lil Wayne on the Recovery album, No Love.
Yeah.
I like those two. And Forever. I'll say Forever, even though he was like a fourth of that song.
Yeah. Relapse came first. 2009, Recovery 2010.
Okay. Those three songs since Relapse are the only songs that I can fucking bear to listen to. The rest are so bad. Outside of like a couple in Kamikaze, okay, I'll give it to you. Funny, whatever. Kill Shot.
Kamikaze was pretty funny, pretty cool sometimes.
You sound like a bitch. Shut the fuck up. I love Kill Shot, okay? Outside of that, though.
I don't remember listening to Kill Shot very much. I know I listened to a few songs off that album.
No, Kill Shot is the song, the MGK.
Kill Shot is the song, yes.
Yeah. But outside of that, Eminem just seems like he's not completely lost it. Just the new style he has, I just can't bear it. And now with this most recent album, where a lot of fucking 40-year-old trailer trash white people are like, oh, the millennials coming back up. Oh, Gen Z's not ready for this. Slim Shady is back. Dude, I listened to one of the songs and I was like, oh my God, he's trying so hard.
Eminem I can't say he's not like grown with his music, but he's definitely like tailored his style to a newer age, I guess.
There is a definite reason as to why people think he's a fucking clone. As to why the real Marshall Mathers actually overdosed and he was cloned. Because the Marshall Mathers and Eminem in Curtain Call and the Slim Shady LP and the Marshall Mathers that sounds so much different than the new stuff. That's why people are like, he's a clone, obviously. Listen to the music.
I just imagine he changed his style.
Probably. And it's for the worse.
I mean, like, shit, Kanye's done it, and I don't really like too much of his newer music.
And, like, everybody will come back to that saying, oh, well, your favorite rapper was influenced by Eminem. Probably. It's one of the best. One of, like, top 3 in the early and mid 2000s. Most likely. That doesn't mean he's not ass now.
It doesn't. You could just not know how to move with the time. You could just stay the same. There's a lot of things you could do to make your shit worse that can happen and probably will happen.
Peyton Manning was most people's best quarterback in the league, and some people consider him the greatest quarterback of all time. He was benched for Brock Osweiler in his last season. Z, do you know who Brock Osweiler is?
No.
My point exactly. Who the fuck is Brock Osweiler?
Shit happens.
The greatness of Peyton Manning doesn't change the fact that season he was hot ass. Okay?
Shit happens.
I can't wait to edit that into a short. I got so many ideas for that part.
Oh Lord, be on the lookout. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
Red Line Homies everywhere.
Yes, sir.
But the Jelly Roll thing. So, what credence do you give? And I'll start this off with a quote I heard from actually XXXTentacion. Mm-hmm. Did you listen to a lot of X in high school?
Not in high school, a little bit after.
Okay. See, I fucked up. I did this with Mac Miller too. I didn't listen to any of their music until after they died.
I didn't listen. I listened to some of his music before he died. It was a lot more after. I will say that.
Yeah.
It's a lot more after he died, but that's just because a lot of his songs went into a sad boy playlist of mine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he was being interviewed one time, and he was like, X, was fucking weird. Like, he was a funny guy and seemed like a fun guy to be around, but he also seemed like the guy to where he would say something, you'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Right?
Yeah.
He was in an interview, and he said that certain musical waves can affect, like, I know exactly how to make you feel, when to make you feel it, and I can just do that using a beat, right?
Uh-huh.
And he said it way more complex than it actually is. It's like, a sad beat is going to make me feel sad, right?
Yeah.
But I had like an interesting kind of, how do you say, epiphany, if you want to say. That's a big word for Elmo. XXXTentacion, Burn Halo, and Jelly Roll all have a song named Save Me. Have you listened to any of those?
I listened to X's, and I might have listened to Jelly Rolls.
Okay. So, X's...
I have listened to Jelly Rolls.
Okay, X's and Jelly Rolls are very sad, I'm giving up kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, X's Save Me is more talking to a person that you are looking for comfort in.
Jelly Rolls maybe you want to fucking cry.
Jelly Roll Save Me is telling everybody that there's no use, there's no point, I fucked up enough, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And Burn Halo's Save Me is basically the same thing, except it's a much more positive kind of thing that's masked in the same kind of somber, tone that the rest of the songs. Because the Save Me chorus for X is Save Me Before I Fall, I don't want to, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Jelly Rolls is holy shit, it was my favorite song for like a year, and I can't remember it. I cried.
My buddy introduced me to that song, so I don't remember much about it. I do remember it was sad as fuck, and I was like, damn, like fucking depression.
I'm literally trying to get the lyrics, and my mind went to, my mind's telling me no, and I was like, that's not the fucking song. Where did that come from? What the fuck? I pictured the music video and Jelly Roll singing at the mic, and that's when my mind, it was like, oh, that guy is singing that song.
Uh-huh.
But you get my point. In Burn Halo Save Me, it's save me because I know there's something left. Like, I know there's something good inside of me. Mm-hmm. And the mindset I have after listening to all three of those songs, again, basically the same premise, you just tweak a few. It really opened my mind to like, the kind of music you listen to and the messaging really affects your mindset and how you carry yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thinking back to when he said X said he knows how to make you feel with the beat, I thought back to this one song. It's called Oh Superman by Laurie Anderson. You ever heard that song?
No.
It comes up a lot in like creepy feeling reels and shorts and stuff. Because like one of the lyrics is like, you don't know me, but I know you.
Okay, I've heard it.
Yeah. That song, I listened to it all the way through, and it was just like, I can't tell if this is happy or sad. And I feel like that was the point.
Yeah.
Because it's a very, like, current events style song, I guess. Okay. Though it is still, like, pretty creepy. And I'm just like, is there any other songs that you could think of that would give you that feeling? Like, I don't know whether this is happy or sad or how I should feel about this. Something along those lines.
Like me personally, do I know any of those songs?
Yeah.
For me, no. And the only reason I say that is because it really is in just the past couple of years where I truly started really listening to the music. Mm-hmm. Like before I was just like, oh, if it sounds good, I'll put it in the playlist. Whatever. Like it's just now that I'll go back and listen to songs that I liked growing up and I'm like, oh my God, the fuck. But yeah, that question I kind of want to lead into unless you were going somewhere.
No, go for it.
Are you more of a beat listener or are you a lyric listener?
I do one than the other. Cause I'm a musician. I played trombone, trumpet, baritone, tuba, bass guitar, and I've like taken piano lessons. I can't say I really play piano, but I've always liked the sound before lyrics because that's the kind of music I listen to. EDM because it hardly has lyrics, but I usually if it's a song that I know is going to have some sort of meaning, I usually listen to the sound, the beats first, and then I'll go back and listen to the lyrics. Like I think of The Best of Times by Dream Theater. That song sounds like super happy. It's like actually a really good song, but the lyrics are just like in remembrance. Like these are the good times that we had before kind of thing. And I'm just like, I really feel the emotion from that.
There are the song that I can point to where it's got like a happy beat, upbeat kind of tone to it, but when you actually listen to it, you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Pumped Up Kicks.
Huh?
Pumped Up Kicks.
That, definitely. Because that was all over the radio when we were kids.
Yeah.
That was all over the radio. And then you go back and listen to it on YouTube and you're like, oh. Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh. But no, Bullet by Hollywood Undead. Have you heard that?
Sounds familiar, but I don't think I can remember it very much.
So the entire song is like this nice little guitar. It's upbeat and it's got like bells and shit. And it's like, okay, it's like if you just listen to the beat, you would think you're like frolicking through a field, right?
Yeah.
But the first line of the song is, my legs are dangling off the edge. And he's fucking bottle in one hand, pills in the other, about to jump. And I'm like, oh. Oh. But no, that question came from, I listened, one of my favorite podcasts, free shout out, Distractable. Like they fucking need it. Mm-hmm. I think I pointed to you to Distractable a couple times.
You have.
For ideas from here. But Markiplier apparently is a beat listener, and how he found that out was they just did an episode rewriting, who the fuck did it? We Didn't Start the Fire. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. That song?
Yeah. Yeah.
They were rewriting it to like modern shit. Like that was the whole podcast.
Yeah.
But as they were going into the lyrics, Mark was like, oh, this song is fucked up. And Bob and Wade were like, yeah. Like it's about how the world has always been shit and is always going to be shit. And he was like, well, I just heard the beat and I thought it was a happy, upbeat song. And they're like, no, no.
I guess that's a way to find out.
Also, that Kendrick song, "We Gonna Be All Right."
Mm-hmm.
That song is actually
right.
The "We Gonna Be All Right" is actually a cope to like we have to be all right.
Yeah, I felt that one.
I'll say, dude, do you like Kendrick? Like, are you a Kendrick guy?
Yeah.
What's your favorite album?
My favorite, I had to pull it up because I do not remember the name.
I was going to guess
It's been a
T-Pab.
while since I've... You know what's what?
T-Pab, because that's pretty much everybody's favorite.
I was thinking that, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't my favorite album. It was up there with his music. Oh, Missed Him Around the Big Steppers. It was the newer one.
That was
I
your
love
favorite?
that album. Yeah.
Fair. I listened to all his diss tracks and I found them very funny. To Drake. And I was like, ugh.
Call him out.
And then I got in the car and I told you, fucking, I didn't know I deserve you. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm listening. God damn it. I gotta get this off my playlist. Separate the art from the artist, okay? But when everybody talks about, like, what is your favorite Kendrick song?
The Hard Part 5.
Okay. When everybody talks about, like, favorite Kendrick songs, they never talk about You. You is such a phenomenal song.
You is a good one.
Do you know what one I'm talking about?
Believe so.
Which one do you think? I'm not trying to get you. But
That's why I said I believe so, because I wanted to make sure that I was right here.
yeah, he named it You because it's a complete opposite of the I Love Myself, the I song.
Mm-hmm. I like 2014 I just came across it as I was looking through.
Yeah.
I don't think I might not know it.
Okay. You is such a great song. It's so fucking depressing, and it's not what we've been talking about, how it's got a happy beat and everything. No, The first thing you hear is the ice hitting a glass of whiskey. Like it's not, it's a very somber song, but what's so great about it is it's Kendrick yelling at himself, right?
Yeah.
And when you listen to the song at first, you're like, oh, it's like this is a conversation his friend is having, releasing all this rage that he has of Kendrick missing out on stuff and yada, yada, yada. But as the song progresses, you slowly begin to realize that it's a split personality, a voice in Kendrick's head. And the music video for it is so fucking good.
That reminds me of an Eminem song. Oh, what was the name of it? He was talking, he had an inner voice in his head. Ice Cube was in that song for a little bit with some talking lines.
Huh? But no,
Yeah.
while he looks this up, anybody who's a Kendrick fan or a rap fan or even just likes sad people music, go listen to You. It is so fucking good.
It was not Ice Cube, it was Dr. Dre.
Oh, are you talking about Guilty Conscience?
Yep.
See, I can't listen to that song anymore because I know it's Slim Shady, but he's talking about how this guy should roofie a 13-year-old. You might have to bleep that out. But I listened to it and I'm like, I know it's Slim Shady. I know it's an evil character, but yeah.
It's just, I realized it was like a split conscience thing because he was talking to himself and he was like, fuck you, die, and shoots a mirror.
Yeah.
The only thing that annoyed me about that song was the beat. That beat really annoyed me at that song. What?
I don't think you're talking about Guilty Conscience.
Am I
Because
not?
Guilty Conscience is Dr. Dre and Eminem are the the angel and the devil on the shoulder of a old lady or a man who's about to rob a gas station, a man who's about to have sex with a 13-year-old, and a man who just came home to his wife cheating.
Yeah, I am not talking about that song.
Okay. But I was about to say, you may be thinking of Dre gives in on the last one and tells the guy to shoot his wife and her lover.
No, not that one either.
But no, dude, that song is so fucking iconic to me, though. I'll listen to the first verse just because Eminem comes in with, nah, fuck that, do that shit, shoot that bitch. And it's like an 80-year-old woman.
My Darling is what I'm thinking of.
Which one?
My Darling. My Darling.
I don't think I've heard that one.
It was really repetitive. It has like a chainsaw sound into it that's through the entire song.
Okay.
can't remember the lyrics to that, but it's like na 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 na.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I can't piece it together. Most of Eminem's songs like that were like, have you ever listened to Kim?
No.
You've never listened to Kim?
Mm-mm.
It's about how he kills his wife, like his real life wife that he was currently going through a divorce with, who's named Kim.
All right.
He does another song, dude. Like, so his wife, not to get too into his personal life, but his wife said he was a great father, always took care of him, which I hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he made a song about how he killed her and about how he was going to throw her body in the ocean. And he brought his daughter to the studio to record lines because in the song, he put her in the car and they threw the body together. And I was like, should we? After learning that, I was like, no. You may hate the chick. No, let's
remember Stan.
Yeah, of course.
The fan that loved him so much, and when he didn't write back to him, he drank really heavily, tied his wife up, and then drove her off a bridge.
Yeah,
his pregnant wife, I might add. That might get cut out. But
well, even then, do you remember what the original plan for him was? Because if you remember that song, he's like, "Oh shit! Oh no! Actually, it was to kill himself."
It was to kill himself, yeah.
Because I was remembering the part where he goes off the bridge and he kind of freaks out, and for some reason, my brain was like, "Oh, he started swerving," but no, he said, "Oh, I forgot. How am I supposed to send this shit out?" So yeah, he was gonna kill himself.
Yeah, and that song, with listening to it without context, I know I did before. I listened to it again after I had the context and was like, oh shit. But like listening to it without context, you don't really think what's happening is going to happen until it does. Yeah. Because I like listening back to it now, it's just like, okay, he's writing to Eminem, he's really happy and, you know, happy-go-lucky and whatnot. And then he keeps reading and he's like, oh, you're not responding to me. Something must be wrong. Are you okay?
And then it gets weirder and weirder.
And weirder. Yeah. And I'm just I think back to like the one part where before he's going to drive off the bridge where you could hear the wife screaming in the trunk of the car.
Shut up, bitch. I'm trying to talk.
Yeah. And it's just like, all right, it's getting real fucked up. Well, but apparently that seems to be a trope in the music there.
Well, what's insane to me is he wrote that because he was getting shit like that all the time. Like there are people legit. The dude who killed John Lennon did that to impress a actress. She thought that she was going to see him kill John Lennon and be like, oh my God, I have to have him. There is fucking insane people out there.
Yeah. What's the term? It was like parasocial relationships or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Those get wild.
This we'll end on this topic and we'll see how far it goes. My biggest inspiration for content creation is Markiplier. And the reason for that is I watched his 8 million subscriber video. Were you ever a Markiplier guy?
Yeah, I was really big with the Unis Honest thing, for one. But
my lady she cried like a baby when they deleted that whole channel.
I was also pretty sad. I was like, man, this shit's fantastic. And it was just, they're gone. And it was like, damn. Yeah.
But he made that 8 million subscriber video and he was tearing up. That's where the Markiplier crying meme comes from. And the reason it inspired me so much was you saw everybody like thanking him for doing this, that, and the other. And he really didn't. He just made videos. Right? But the way he was able to help without helping so many people, like that's the reason that
a lot of big creators do.
Yeah. That's the reason I got into content creation. But I also really know that whole parasocial thing, it's a real thing.
It's a rabbit hole.
It's a very... So, with you, do you lean towards the side of like that kind of thought? Because Markiplier is legitimately upset that he cannot help everybody in his audience. Or at the very least, he used to be. I'm not saying he doesn't give a fuck about him anymore, but he's just not out open like that anymore.
Yeah.
Or do you lean towards more the Ludwig style of things, where he straight up made a video and he was like, I'm a TV show. You are a number to me. You are not a person to me. You are a number to me.
I can't say right now what my mindset would be, because I think back to that one comment we had, the dude like saying we made his whole year, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, that feels really cool, really good. Right. But I think I would only tailor that thought to the positive side. If it's like a negative comment or something, I just kind of, oh well.
Right.
That doesn't matter to me as much as a positive comment, because I mean, yeah, negative, cool, especially if it's like actual like good criticism. Sure, it's all good and dandy. I'll take that into account. But if it's just like some dude calling us fat, when the content has nothing to do about our weight, and it's just like, okay,
right,
all right, I guess. That's how I would think of it. It's like if it's like just unreasonably negative, it's just a number. It's a I don't care. I see it. I move on. If it's a positive or if it's actual criticism, it's like, okay, cool. I like that. That I'm gonna respond more to that than I would unreasonable negativity.
And you think the whole like people looking as like, I don't want to say at us, but at the content they watch, the YouTubers or whatever, as an escape, right? Mm-hmm. As long as you don't take it to a certain degree. I'm a sort of like a quiet listener when it comes to like content creators and whatnot. I do have my favorites, and there's like one person or there's two people that I've bought like merch from out of anybody that I follow. I probably have over 100 something YouTube subscribers, or not subscribers, but people I'm subscribed to. And people, there's some people that's like, I really like their content. I want to support that creator or whatnot. That's what one of them is. The other one is, this is actually pretty useful to my everyday life. And it's cool looking. I like the designs. It's that. And it's just like, I could spare $20 for this. Well, I think it comes down, and I think we're both on the same page. I said this on the podcast before. I said it in this episode. I fucking hate celebrity worship. I hate it with every fiber of my being. I made the Scar-Lord example. Some of my favorite YouTubers include like Berleezy or Abba and Preach or any, like all those guys. You know what I know about them? They enjoy these certain things and they're funny. That's what I know about them. Yeah. My favorite actor is Denzel Washington. I don't know I don't know where he's from. You know what I know? He's funny as shit in interviews. He's a phenomenal very actor. Intelligent, and he's a phenomenal actor. That's what I know.
Yeah.
Right? And if I learn shit, like, hey, fun fact, Denzel Washington actually knew this person and they went to the same high school as, I don't know, fucking Terry Bradshaw. I don't think he's that old, but fucking, went to the same high school as yada yada. I'd be like, cool, sick. And then I'll move on with my life.
Yeah.
Please, everybody. And I promise this will be quick, okay?
You go for it, because I got something right after that and we can be done.
Did you hear about the Cody Co shit?
No.
Do you know who Cody Co is?
Vague memory, I think.
Noel Miller. TMG.
Not ringing any bells.
Okay, do you know the meme, ew, stand up? What the fuck? That reaction? Yes. That's them, okay?
Okay.
Cody Co apparently slept with Tana Mongeau, whatever, when she was 17 years old. Okay? Mm-hmm. And the reaction to it is, I can't trust any male content creator to be a good person anymore because you shouldn't trust them to begin with at all.
You're not, in most cases of content creators, you're not seeing the real them.
You're seeing a character.
You're seeing a character.
Or you are seeing a hyped up version. Me and Z have been clear about this. Me and him, I'm talking to you as a content creator right now. Mm-hmm. Me and him, this is very hyped up versions of ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Very hyped up versions of ourselves. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do not trust people to be good people. Watch them for the enjoyment. If you think they're funny, if you want to go watch them live, you want to buy a fucking t-shirt, absolutely. But do not say like, oh yeah, no, they're a great person. You don't fucking know that.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
Celebrity
and in reality,
worship,
as long as they're not doing some wild shit, who gives a fuck? Putting your trust in someone and having your heart legitimately heartbroken just because they turned out to be not such a great person, you need to look. That's not healthy.
It's not. It's not. Celebrity worship to me, it's just like, it's so stupid because like the Swifties is a big example that I could think of. Like, sure, you could be a fan, you could enjoy their music, whatever. But like that one video of the girls sitting outside the concert, she starts singing a song and one of the girls burst out crying. And I'm just like, sure, that can happen, but you set up a camera for that.
Mm. See, I was going to go the route. Some Taylor Swift fans try to cast spells on people who don't like Taylor Swift. Did you see the Meat Canyon cartoon about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce?
Yes.
Ooh, man. Ooh, Twitter. His replies were lit up with legitimately fucking F-grade horror movie B-roll with just like a random ass spell from some 13-year-old fucking white wannabe piece of shit trying to cast a spell on Meat Canyon because he made a cartoon that didn't depict Taylor Swift in a great light. Holy shit.
It's hilarious to see, but I wonder what goes through the minds of these people.
And you know what's fucked up? We say, why the fuck are the Kardashians famous?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to come off as some jealous fucking asshole, but the fucking people where one of them got fucked on camera and then you won't shut the fuck up about a TV show. Oh my God, what's Kylie doing? What's Khloe doing? Why does Jack know so many of the Kardashian names? It's because they're fucking everywhere. Why are they famous? Because you've obsessed about them because Kim K got fucked. That's what it is. They shouldn't be as popular. They scam you. That's what's the fucking... I'm going to fucking explode. That's what's the most aggravating part of this. They scam you over and over and over again. And still I see a fucking video. Oh my God, Khloe slayed with this outfit. Shut the fuck up.
To this day, I still see people, they're like, I'm going to test out their clothing line. And then they get it for their size and it doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit? The fabric is cheap as shit?
Yep.
Oh,
and they charge horrible prices for that shit. Ridiculous. And I'm just like, there's no way that this could work, and it does.
And even to the people who hate watch it, I know some people who are like, well, I need my daily dose of brain rot. You are just as bad. Stop watching the fucking show.
If you don't like it, just say so. If you do, just say so. But Jesus,
I'm only
the people that try and play that off in their personal lives, and it makes me wonder, they're just lying to themselves. Is that what's happening?
That before I have a fucking aneurysm.
Yeah,
Holy shit. Apologies to Z, because that's not going to sound good. That's going to be distorted.
I understood it here, so hopefully it'll be understandable when I get to editing this. We'll see.
The yelling might be entertaining. Follow us on all the socials, Red Light Homies. Twitter, even though we don't use it. Instagram, rarely use it, but we still do. TikTok loves us again.
I've been good about Instagram. We're getting there. I'm posting every day. I got it.
We're getting there. Might start up a Facebook. I got to talk to Z about that. TikTok loves us again. We're getting 150 views a video right now. I say that, and that's not going to age well. I already know. But YouTube's the big one. Subscribe on YouTube. Click the little crooked arrow. Share it with everybody. Share it with your family, especially your grandmother, especially what I've said about taking grandmothers in the back and shooting them. Just show them that clip and say like, you're all right. You're on board.
Make sure to comment and to like, especially. The engagement does help us out a lot.
Absolutely. And if you are listening, audio platforms, whichever one you are on, press the star, rate it 5 stars. Even if you don't give a fuck and you fucking hate us, I don't care. Tell us you hate us, but rate it 5 stars. Be a good fucking person. But the most, really, the most important is word of mouth. Grow it. Organic. Put stickers up. Make them your own. We'll pay you. Probably. I'm in a lot of debt. Z's in a lot of debt. So like, we'll give you a little, I don't know, little pat on the back, little you're all right, kid. But this was the boys, Jackie and Z.
That's me.
We'll see you next Monday.
Peace out.